So, a full question we are going to do, and the first part, advice on hedging strategies based on the hedging choices that the finance department is considering. The loan of 24 million, assuming that the central bank base rate rises to 5.9%, mean first you have to solve the question according to the loan, according to the borrower, and then the investment of 18 million, assuming that central bank base rate fall to 4.5%. Support your answers with appropriate calculations and discussions. Remember, if you people have to pass your paper, so the calculations are not only the thing which you have to prepare for. The discussion parts are the vital thing. It is the vital part of your exam. So I will be giving you people a examiner saying 4 marks are up to available for the discussions. So it's mean that the 9 marks were for the calculations. And I guarantee you people, if you people know about my strategy of preparing the hedging by the formulas, then you people would be able to apply the formulas very easily, and you people could score the marks very easily. The 9 marks were the, I will say that the examiner is giving you the marks in plate. Then discuss the queries raised by each of the directors. So once people will go through the question, so you will see that in this question there are some directors who have raised some concerns. So we have to discuss that. And then examiner is saying the 5 marks, in the question 2 and 3, the 5 marks will be the professional marks, in which examiner can ask you the analysis and evaluation, skepticism, and commercial acumen. Examiner is not going to ask you the uh, professional skill, which is communication. Examiner has mentioned that the communication skill will only be tested in your question 1. So in the question 2 and 3, these skills will be tested, and we will discuss what are these. So ready, guys? And please, I need everyone to be active in the class. And again, I will be saying that you people must be present in entire class if you people want to have a thorough knowledge of this paper. So would you people be staying in the entire class, guys? Please tell me. Those people who are going to stay in the entire class, please let me know. Please type. Okay, thank you. Okay, now. Examiner is saying Alberta Fool is planning to change its arrangement for distributing its products. The company wishes to dispose of its large distribution center in the middle of its home country and invest the proceeds of sale in two smaller division centers, one in the north and other in the south of the country. So this is a basically data that what the company is going to do. The company is going to dispose of its large distribution center, and whatever the money the company is having, that will be invested in north and south distribution centers. Whenever you people are doing the hedging questions, so I will be telling you people the dates are very, very important. Dates are very important, guys. You people must be having a know-how about the dates. Examiner is saying it is currently 1st February 2008 because the expected timing difference in 3 transactions, which is discussed above, that once you have to sell and then you have to invest. Alberta Fool expects to take out a short-term loan of 24 million from 1st May 2008 to September 2008. So guys, what will be the loan period here? What is the loan period mean? For how many months you people are going to utilize the loan? How much is the loan period? Okay, Hassan is saying, sir, it is 4. And it then expects to make a short-term investments of 18 million from 1st September to 1st February 2009. So what is the investment period, guys? How much is the investment period? 5 months. Now, examiner is saying a Butterfull company intends to hedge interest rate risk using derivatives. The futures offered on derivatives are based on the central bank base rate. It can be assumed that futures or option contracts are settled at the end of each month. Basis can be diminished to zero at a contract maturity at a constant rate based on monthly time intervals. It can also be assumed that there is no basis risk and there are no margin requirements. This assumption we are discussing nowadays in every hedging question, and once you people are discussing the question, so that would be a major contributor there, that the calculations which we have performed on the basis that there is no basis risk and the basis will diminish to zero at a constant rate. I will be telling you people what these lines are actually saying about. Then examiner has told you the 25 million loan, this you are going to have. A Butterfull company can borrow at central bank base rate plus 40 basis points. At present, the central bank base rate is 5.1. So this is the current spot rate which has been given. And the government raised the central bank base rate up by 0.8 to 5.9 before 1st May 2008. So what the examiner is saying that the central bank base rate will increase to 5.9. Then a Butterfull in finance department intends to use the forward rate agreements or futures to hedge the loan. It has already found out that using a forward rate agreement for the loan would result in net payment of this one, which will effective annual interest rate of 5.71. So basically what is happening, examiner is applying on the loan the two derivatives. One is the FRA and one is the futures. FRA calculations have already been performed by the examiner, and examiner has told you that there is a net payment of 461,600 and effective rate will be this one. And the futures we have to perform. This was already told by the examiner. And this future we have to calculate, we have to perform the calculations. Now, examiner has given you the June, September, and December future prices. My question from you people, how we decide that which future we will select? I am telling you people, we select that future which is immediately expiring after transaction date. Again, I am saying which future we will select, which is immediately expiring after transaction date. Now see, when we are going to have this loan? When? On 1st May. On 1st May. So after May, which will be immediately expiring, guys? Can you people please tell me? Which future you will select? June. The June futures we will select because it is immediately expiring. And first you have to decide whether you people will buy future or sell future. So remember, if you people are solving interest rate questions, I am talking about interest rate, not the currency. In the interest rates, if you people are solving a borrower question or you people are solving a lender question, if it is a borrower question, so we will say sell June futures. In the case of borrower, always sell. In the case of interest rates, we are not talking about the currency. In the currency, the scenario is different, guys. In the case of lender, it would be a buy future. But in this question, it is not valid because this question is for the borrower. First, we are solving the borrower. So we will say sell future. Which future? June future. Now the investment information has been given. Examiner is telling you a Vodafone company can invest at central bank rate minus 30 basis points. An election is due only, on 1st July 2008. The main opposition party has promised that it will reduce the central bank's rate from whatever the level was before the election. Commentators expect that the central bank base rate could be a minimum of 4.5% if the main opposition party wins the election. At present, the election results cannot be predicted with confidence. It can be assumed that the interest rate will not be reduced if the current government wins the election. A Butterful Finance Department has already found out that using forward rate agreement for the investment would guarantee this results, which is an effective interest rate of 5.5. Again, for the investments, examiner is applying the two derivatives. One is the FRA and one is the, which one, guys? Let me see. Yes. Because the uncertainty surrounding the election result, the finance department is looking at buying call options as the alternative using the forwarded agreement. So here FRA will be compared with the options. FRA results have been produced already by the examiner and the options results we have to calculate. To have been given the call option because examiner is already saying you buying call option. Exercise price has been given, no problem. At last, the board. Yes, Subham, what is your point, brother? Ask.
Sir, I wanted to understand the logic behind selecting future expiring immediately after the transaction period. Like, how do you figure that out? Like, it should be the one that is immediately
Okay.
after
When
the
you are
transaction
going to do the transaction, when you are going to take out the loan
in May, right?
in May. So examiner has given you the June, September and December price. So you tell me after May which is immediately expiring, June, September or December?
June.
So
It is
that's why
June.
which we will select? June.
Yeah, that I understand. But my point is, I get confused when we are doing that basis calculation. We
Oh,
will
that
get
will
to it.
be no problem.
Yeah,
That will be
we will
clarified.
get-
No problem. Just
yes.
wait and
Okay.
watch. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Now, these are the director's concerns, which was examiner was asking in the second part of the question. Examiner saying at the last board meeting, a Vodafone finance director explained to the board the possible strategies for hedging the loan and the investments. She has received a number of queries from directors about the plans. So this is finance director was telling, but a number of queries are coming from other directors. Director A stated a Vodafone should not use the derivatives, as trading in derivatives was not the part of company normal activities. Therefore, shareholder would not expect the company to be using the derivative. So, Director A is against the usage of derivative. Now, Director B understood that futures or forward rate agreement might be the best solution if the central bank base rate rose up to 5.9 or fell down to 4.5. However, she queried what would happen if rates did not rise as much as high or nor fall as 4.5. So Alberta could possibly lose the chance of benefiting from more favorable rates than those offered by the futures or forward rate agreement. So basically, Director B, she is of the opinion that we can use the derivatives. But the futures and the forward, they are binding contracts, guys. If you people have booked a future or forward contract, you have to fulfill that. The options is something else. In the options, you people have been given the choice. But in this futures and forward, what is happening? They are the binding contracts for you people. The futures in this question, we are applying on the loan, on the borrowings, and the forward rate agreement as well. Because in this question, for the loan or the investments, the both choices have been discussed. Here, FRA and the futures. Here, FRA and the options. Now, the question is that they are saying what would happen if rates did not rise as much as 5.9 or fall as low 4.5. So then what will happen? That is the concern, because future will lock your position, forward rates will lock your positions. If the rates are going in not that way, they are going means opposite to that, then what will happen? You may lose benefit. That is their concern. Then the director C stated that options should not be used to hedge the 18 billion investments, as they would not be the best choice because of their premium. Yes, it is already known by you people at this point of time that on the option we pay a huge premium cost at the start. The best choice would not be hedge at all. He is again saying that we should not hedge at all. So these were their concerns and we have to reply them. So let's first do this marks, the 13 marks. So are you guys with me? Please tell me. Hassan, can you please send this question in the group? Hassan,
Yes, yes, I will send it.
please send. Sending, brother?
Yes, sir, I've sent it.
Okay. So I am sending this question with everyone.
Sir, I've sent it in the group.
Yes, yes, I am sending in the other groups. And again, I will say that please, guys, stay in the class until your all the queries have been cleared. I will be with you people. These free sessions I have arranged for you guys. So let's start. And due to the explaining the things at my side, I always solve the questions on the whiteboard, but later on I will be sharing my spreadsheet solutions with you people as well. So we are solving the Alberta Fool. One second, let me have some water. Yes, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see, guys, let's start. And which area we have to start first? Please tell me.
Sir, futures for borrowing.
Futures. Because the forward has been computed by the examiner. The forward rate agreement has been computed by the examiner already. So, in this case, again I will be saying, if you people will follow my step-by-step approach, if you people will follow my step-by-step approach, then this question will be quite easy. And I will again welcome to all of you that whatever your previous methodologies, whatever your previous lessons, for the time being, just follow my guidelines and you people will be solving it. First of all, amount, and we are solving the borrower part. So everyone, please type, please participate. It's my request. How much was the amount which you people are going to borrow? How much
24
was the amount?
million. 24 million.
Please type it. Amount is 24 million. We have already said we will, which future, guys? Buy or sell? Please tell me. Which future? Buy or sell? I told you people, in the case of interest rates, if you are solving a borrower question, so it would be a sell future. So we will say sell, and as this we have to borrow on 1st May. So we will select immediately expiring after transaction. That will be the June future. Which future? June future. What was the June future price which was there in the question? Please tell me. How much was the June future price? $94.55, but always use 100 minus language. So, how much is this one? 100 minus 94.55. Please speed up yourself. 5.45%. This is price which is always your opening future price. Now, next step is the calculation of number of contracts. Formula amount, that is 24 million, divided by contract size. What was the contract size which in this question has been given? 500,000. So we can say 0.5 million into loan period, which we have already decided that was the 4 months, divided by 3. So how much are the number of contracts coming? Please tell me. 64. Next step, as future is a binding contract, guys, you have to close it. Examiner normally do not give you people the closing future price. So the closing future price you people have to compute so that we can have a calculation for gain or loss. What is the formula for the closing future price? Can anyone tell me? What is the formula for the closing future price, guys? Please, the new students, take participation. It is closing spot plus minus remaining basis. And what is the formula for the closing spot? Examiner will be giving you people the current spot. You will add or less increase or decrease part given in the question. And the remaining basis formula, that is remaining basis formula. Current spot minus opening future. Always mention the dates. The dates are the crucial part here. What is the date today, guys? What is the date today, Subham? What is the date? No. On 1st May, you are going to take the loan. Now, today is the date 1st February. And you people have selected the future for June. So, the last day of the future month, 30th June. Well done, Bella. Now, in this particular question, whether the closing rate has been told by the examiner, please tell me, guys, whether the closing or the current price was given by the examiner. Please let me know. Okay. First, let's compute this one. What was the current spot rate which was given by the examiner? How much was that? Examiner told you that 5.1. Well done. The current rate was given as 5.1 and the future is 5.45. Just take the difference, guys. Ignore the minus sign. Just take the difference. How much? 0.35. Now, formula is 0.35. This is your basis. But the remaining basis formula, whatever the difference is, multiply by the remaining months divide by the total months. Now, how you identify what is the remaining months and what are the total months? I am giving you people a definition. Guys, remaining months, it is starting from your transaction date, transaction to future date, and total months. This is starting from today to future date. So please now apply this. See now, what is the date today? 1st February and 30th June. How many months? How many months, guys? What will be the total months? 5. And how many are the remaining months? You people are going to do the transaction on 1st May and you have selected the future for the June. So from 1st May to June, how many months are remaining? 2 months. This is the point. So what you will say, 0.35 multiplied by 2 divided by 5. How many months, guys? What is the remaining basis coming? 0.14. Now, can anyone tell me what will be your closing future price? In this particular question, what would be your closing future price? Please. Okay, one student is saying, sir, that has been given 5.9. It is given in the question. Hassan, see the 5.9. What was this? It was the closing future price or something else? Tell me, Hassan. See, okay. How you computed this as 6.04? How you computed that? Yes, guys, in this particular question, the closing spot has already been told by the examiner. How much was that? Examiner said the rate would be how much? 5.9. Rate would be how much? 5.9. And check the trend. The trend is increasing or decreasing. From February to June, it is increasing. So add 0.14. So what is your closing future price coming? Please let me know, guys. How much? 5.9 plus 0.14? 6.04? Now, the next step, which is very, I will say that the computation of gain or loss. What was your opening future price? What the closing future price we have calculated? Opening future price was 5.45 and the closing 6.04. So can you people tell me It is a borrower question. You said you are going to pay this one. You have locked your position here. In the market, the interest has gone upwards. It is a gain or loss for you guys. It is a gain or loss. Okay, Mehak, you are saying loss. Funmi, you are saying loss. It is a gain, guys. It is a borrower question. You said you will be paying 5.45. In the market, the interest has gone upwards. But you are going to pay how much? 5.45. So how much is the gain? How much is the gain? 0.59. The question is over now. That's it. We will now. I always say to my students that you can solve the actual part. You can solve the actual part in the total basis or just in the percentage basis. In the total basis, which formula will be applicable? You will take the loan amount into closing spot plus spread into period divided by 12. Then you will have the total gain or loss. Now, very important discussion here. Most of the time, students do not know, sir, what is the formula for the calculation of total gain or loss. So please memorize this. Memorize this, guys. Total gain or loss in interest rates. I am talking about in interest rates questions. Gain or loss index into tick value into number of contracts. How you will convert the gain or loss index? Gain or loss which we have calculated one divided by 0.01. How you compute the tick value? You will take contract size multiply by 0.01% into 3/12 and the number of contracts we have already calculated. So please tell me guys, 0.59 divided by 0.01. How much is the gain in ticks? Please tell me. How much is the gain in ticks? Please tell me. Hurry up. 0.59 divided by 0.01. 59 ticks. Hassan, please speed up the calculations. In this way, we can only solve one question. 59. Contract size was given in this question 500,000. Multiply by 0.01 divided by 100. Break the percentage. Multiply by 3/12. How much is the tick value coming? 12.5. Number of contracts we have already computed in this question. 64. So how much is your total gain coming? Multiply. Hurry up. Hurry up. Is this coming as 47,200? This you can type here that it is 47,200 and apply this formula now. 24 million loan multiply by closing spot has been given by the examiner in this question 5.9. What was the spread given in the question? Please anyone who can tell me what was the spread? How much basis points? Spread was how much basis points? 40 basis points. So 0.4%. The period was 4 months divided 12. How much is the final answer, guys? How much? Is this coming as? Negative means the cost 504,000. What is the net cost? Four, 5, 6, 800. And in the interest rate questions, effective rate matters. You will take your final answer 4, 5, 6, 800 divided by the loan amount 24 million. Multiply by 12 over 4 multiply by 100. How much is the effective rate coming, guys? How much? 5.71. But if you people want to solve just in a very easy way, just in the percentage form, just take this percentage 5.9 plus 0.4. How much? How much? 5.9 plus 0.4. How much? 6.3. That is a cost. And the gain was 0.59. What is the net amount coming? Net of them 5.71. So it is your own choice in the exam. If you people want to save the time, just follow this approach, the percentage method, and compute the answers. Now, I am just having the 2 minutes pause, then I will be asking your queries. Let's solve now the investment part, guys. How much was the investment, guys? Can you please tell me? How much was the investments? 18 million. I told you people, once you are going to solve the investment part, so which option it would be, guys? Call option or put option? In the case of interest rates, call options. So we will say call option. June. What is the exercise price that has been given in this question? How much was the exercise price? 5 point. How much? How much was the exercise price?
94.75.
94.75. So how much is this? 100 minus 94.75.
5.25.
See, one mistake which I have done intentionally. Nobody is telling me, sir, why you have selected the June. Oh, guys, when you have to put go the investments, what was the date of your investments? What is the transaction date? When you are going to have the investments date? What was that? Please tell me.
1st September.
September. Transaction date was when? What was the transaction date? Once you are going to invest.
Then we invest on 1st September.
1st September. So definitely we will have the September options. And in this question, examiner has already told you, buy September call options. Now, whether the number of contracts will change? Yes, definitely change. Michelle, this paper is, we are doing about a full company. Investments divided by contract size. How much was the contract size? 500,000. Investment period was for 5 months. 3 is constant. So the number of contracts are 60. Now, very important point here. Very, very important. Guys, in the case of options, we will only say, only exercise if gain. And I am talking about the interest rate options. In the currency options, we always assume that the option will be exercised. But in the case of interest rate options, only exercise if it is gain, it is favorable for you. And how this gain is being computed? Exercise price is being compared with the closing future price. Exercise price is 5.25. Now again compute the closing future price. What is the formula? Closing spot plus minus remaining basis. So, once you people are going to invest, what was your remaining basis formula? What was the remaining basis formula? Now, can you people tell me how you people will apply the remaining basis formula? What was that? Current spot minus current future. So, can you people tell me what was the current spot? Keeping in mind, you people are now solving the investment part. Collect the data from the investments. How much was that? 5.1. What was the futures? How much? Now see, very important point. As September is there, so select the September future price. What was the September future price in the question? Can you people please tell me? 94.5. So 100 minus 94.5. What was the price? 5.5. You see, if you select here the June, all the question will be wrong. So now, what was the date? What is the date, guys? Today is at which date you people are going to do? 1st February. No, Mehak. Today date, 1st February. My child, 1st February. And the future you have selected now for September. So, 30th September. So, what is your remaining? What is the difference, guys? 0.4, I think. Divide by total months from February to September. So divided by 8, and as you are going to do the transaction on 1st September, so multiply by 1. How much is the remaining coming? Please tell me. 0.05. Well done, guys. Well done. So in this question, examiner has already told you what would be your closing spot. How much? 4.5. 4.5. Now the trend increasing. So add this 0.05. What is the closing future price? How much? How much would be the closing future price? 4.55. Now, you said you are going to pay at this and the future price is 4.55. So please tell me, guys, what you will do. Keeping in mind, it is an investor question. You people are doing the investor question. You said you are going to receive 5.25. The market is paying you lower. So this is a gain. How much is the gain for you guys? How much gain on exercise? How much? Hassan, how much is the gain, brother? 0.70. Then a point which we forgot, as this is an option, on the options we pay the premium cost. How much was the premium cost, guys? How much? How much was the premium cost? How much was the premium? 0.298. Now, you people want to solve on the total basis or on the percentage basis, guys? Or should I solve the both? I think I should solve the both. So, investment amount was how much? How much was the investment amount? 18 million. Closing spot was how much? 4.5. And remember, here we minus the spread. How much was the spread given? How much? 30 basis points? No, in the investments. Maha, in the investments, how much was the return? Sorry, spread. Hassan, tell me, it was 30 basis points? 30. Period was 5/12. So this is giving you how much return? 315,000. Now the premium cost. Premium cost is having a formula: number of contracts into contract size into premium in cent, 0.298 divided by 100 into 3/12. So how much is the premium, guys? How much? Brother, we have to divide because we take in all cents. How much is the premium cost coming? 22350. And 1 was the gain. So convert this formula, gain in ticks. So 0.70 divided by 0.10. Tick value, contract size 500,000 into 0.01 over 100 into 3 over 12. And the number of contracts 60. So tell me, what is the final answer coming? 52500. So these two things are positive. This is negative. What is the net answer coming? 345,150. And once you will calculate the effective rate, it would come as 4.60. In the percentage, 4.5 minus 0.2, 4.2. This was negative 0.298. And the gain was 0.70. So how much is this total coming? How much is the total? The same answer is coming? Tell me. This is coming how much? 4.60. Now, that still the question is not over, because futures FRA on the loan and then on the investments, FRA and the options. Here, the future has calculated, or this option has calculated 4.60. How much was the answer under the FRA? Please tell me which the examiner has computed. How much was that? $5.77. And here FRA and futures are giving how much? Futures are giving 5.71 and the FRA is giving how much? How much the FRA is giving? Please tell me. 5.77. Now the discussion part was very good. See, you people will be telling the examiner, let me show you people.
Their investing FRA is 5.05%, not 5.77.
How much in the loan? How much? 5 point?
So loan is okay, investing is wrong. It's 5.05.
Okay, this is 5.77
Yes,
and this one is
5.05.
5.05. Now, guys, please try to understand. You see, this is the discussion part, which I will say to you people that giving you people the 4 marks. Again, I am writing here loan and the investments. Here, futures FRA 5.71, 5.77. Here, FRA and the options. 5.05, Hassan,
Yes, sir.
and 4.60. Now see, what the examiner is telling you people. In each case, the worst case scenario has been considered. The higher interest rate on the loan, you people see that. On the loan, we were saying the interest will be high. On the receipts, we were saying interest will be low. For the loan, the futures gives a slight better results. You can see the futures are giving, like, as this is for the loan, so we want to pay the minimum. So future is giving us a good result. And a butterfool may choose it for that reason. The result for the future is dependent on the assumptions. You see, the assumptions has been mentioned in this questions. What was that assumptions? That there is no basis risk. The basis will diminish to zero at a content maturity. There are no margin requirements. They were the assumption used. So see, examiner is saying the result of the future is dependent on the assumption that the bases diminish linearly and there is no basis risk, which may not be true in the practice. Now, once you are saying which may not be true in practice, so you people are applying your skill of skepticism. You are challenging the examiner data given. The assumption that there's no margin requirement, this may also be not true. Again, the FRA has a theoretical risk of default. Why? Remember, this FRA and the futures, the FRA are always the FRA, they are OTC derivatives, over the counter, and futures, they are exchange traded derivatives. In the over the counter derivatives, there's always a high risk of default. But it should be very small if the counterparty is a reputable financial institution. Now, if you talk about for the investments, guys, for the investments, definitely FRA is giving you the better return because investments, once you are going to receive the returns, a butterfool is primarily concerned with certainty of the cash flow, so it will choose FRA. If a butterfool company believes that it is unlikely that the interest rate will fall because it believes that the governing party will win the election or the opposing party will not fulfill its promise to reduce interest, it should choose the options compared to the FRA. Why, guys? Because again, FRA is OTC, over the counter. Options are exchange traded in this question. There will be less risk of default. Once the companies are using exchange traded derivatives, in the eye of the investors, their credibility increases. Okay, so this was the question which the examiner was asking, but still the question is not over. You see, can you people tell me what was the director A argument? The director A was saying it is not the main concern, main focus on the company that the company should apply the hedging. He was saying the company should not apply any derivative. It is not the core business of the company. He was against the application of the derivatives. So what we have to tell? See now, just give me 1 minute. Director A was saying there is no need of hedging. There is no need of hedging. How we will justify it? The arguments that shareholders do not expect a company to use derivatives as it is not a part of their trading purpose could apply if it was looking to make profits out of trading in derivatives for speculative purpose. Shareholders might question trading for these reasons and whether use of derivatives was encouraging the risk levels they face. Shareholders can ask the company that if the company is using the derivatives just for the speculative purposes, just to make the profits, then they can ask the questions. But however, this is not the case. In these circumstances, derivatives are being used for hedging purpose. You are not using them for the speculative purpose, guys. You are using them for which purpose? Hedging purpose. To limit the risk to the cash flows the company faces. It could be argued that shareholders would expect a company to take reasonable steps to manage the risk. They will appreciate that the company is applying the derivatives. The company is going through the FRA, futures and options. Particularly as level and direction of the interest rate movements are quite uncertain at the present. Because if you are a borrower, you are having a concern that the interest rate will increase, you have to pay the more interest. If you are an investor, you will receive the interest. You are having a concern if the interest rate will fall, you will receive less. So if the risks are not hedged, Alberta could lose Dowley having to pay more interest and receiving less interest than if it took steps to hedge. I have told you. Alberta will also generally wish to limit uncertainty when it's budgeting. Using derivative limits, how much actual payment or receipts could vary from budgeted figures, whereas maximum possible variations from budgeted figures, if derivatives are not used or uncertain, could be large. So examiner basically telling you people with the help of derivatives, you would be in a position that how much the actual payment and the received will be there, and you will be comparing them from your budgeted figures. And if you are comparing them, what will happen? Your maximal variation will be very low. But if you people have not applied any hedging derivatives, then the comparison between the actual results and the budgeted figure will be very much large, and the shareholders may be offended by this. So in last, we should be saying that application of the hedging techniques would be beneficial for the company, because company is not doing so just to earn the profits, just for the speculative purpose. Company is doing so to apply, to manage the foreign currency or to manage the interest rate risk, because they are having a loan and the investments. The A part was quite simple, but this B part was quite tricky, guys. This was a quite tricky part, and I will be giving you people the explanation of this on the whiteboard, and I need everyone to participate. Okay? Ready, guys? Now, please, guys, what is happening here? In this case, you know, in the question, this company was having the two scenarios. One scenario was for the loan, and one scenario was investments. You know, on the loan, the companies have to pay interest. On the interest, the company have to receive interest. First of all, let's talk about the loan. Director B was of the concern. Director B was saying to you people something. Have this figure 5.31% was calculated? It was given, guys. Please tell me. Tell me, guys. The 5.31, it was computed. See. Can anyone in the class tell me from where this figure is coming as? The 5.31. Anyone? Anyone in the class? Hassan, can you please tell me from where the 5.31 is coming? Guys, please take participation. What happened? Please try. Hundred minus what was our closing future price coming? 6.04.
6.04.
What is the answer coming?
93.96.
And what was the closing spot?
5.9.
How much this is coming?
94.1.
And what was our 94.55? Hundred minus 94.55 and minus this one 0.40. How much is the answer?
5.05.
5.05.
05.
Okay, hold on. Let's
5.1.
hold on. Let's first discuss this point, then I will be telling you people that from where this is coming. Hold on. Try to understand. Let us suppose that 5.31. If mean that you have locked your position here. Now, if for example, interest rates, we are saying interest rates, they are not going upwards. Mean interest rates are going as like 5.20, interest rates are going to as like 5.25, interest rates are like to be, let us suppose, 5.15. So what does it mean? It's mean that now hedging is creating a loss for you because you have already booked your position at 5.31. The market is trading lowards. So it's mean that hedging instruments you have locked at 5.31. So our cost will be higher if the interest rates in the market are going down. If the interest rates marking are if the interest rates in the market are going down, meaning the market the interest is down, you people are bound to pay 5.31. So it is a loss making exercise for you people. But in this question, what was happening? In this question, what was happening? Market expectations were saying that the interest would actually rise to 5.31. It's mean that interest will be rising up to 5.31 and our locked position is how much? 5.31. So what you people will say? Expected rate, this expected rate and the hedge rate, they both are equal. So we can say for the company, the downside is very small. For the company, the downside means these payments, these interest rates to be there in the market, the chances of them are very small. So we will be saying hedging removes uncertainty and the expected cost of hedging is not significantly different from the expected unhedged cost. Means see, if you people are hedging, your final cost is this one. And if you people are not hedging, your final cost is still the same because in the question it has been told that your expected rate will be maximum this one. So your expected rate and the hedging rate, this expected rate and the effective rate, they are same because examiner has told you people that the maximum rate will be this one. So this rate and our effective rate, they both are coming same. But in the case of receipts, that was the point actually which was here. In this question, examiner has told you people about the parties. If examiner said there is a current party and there is an opposition party, the main point was here. You know, here the forward rate was giving you people how much? The FRA is giving you the better results. The FRA is giving you the better results. So we will be saying here we have booked the FRA at which rate, guys? FRA at which rate? Please tell me. 5.05. Now, it's mean that company has logged its position that the company would be receiving 5.05. Now, in this question, examiner has told you people if the opposition party wins, so opposition party will increase the interest rates. It will increase or down, guys? Please tell me. See in the question. If the opposition party will win, then what will happen?
If the opposition.
If the opposition party wins the election, commentator expects
Then it
that
will
the central
decrease.
bank base rate could be a minimum of 4.5. If the main opposition party wins the election, it means that they will be reducing the rates. What they will do? They will be reducing the rate. If this party, the opposition party, will be winning, then what will happen? Opposition party will be decreasing them. For example, our actual rate in the market. Now, our actual rate is 4.9%. So it's mean that if company has not taken the hedge and the opposition party was winning, so company will be receiving how much? 4.9. But now due to the FRA, the company will be receiving how much? 5.05. So FRA becomes beneficial when the interest rates are falling. Are you getting my point? I am saying FRA are beneficial, but when and only, guys, when the interest rates are down in the market. And how they will be down? If the opposition party will win the election, he said that he will be decreasing the rate. If the rates will be decreased, you have locked your position already at 5.05. But
So
what
where did
will
you get
happen?
4.9 from?
No, brother, see, if that party will win the election, they will try to reduce the rate, but you have already locked your position at 5.05. It is a
So won't
beneficial
they
for you.
reduce it to 4.5?
Which 4.5?
Sir, they will reduce it to 4.5, no? It says 4.5 in the
No,
question.
I am just taking an assumed figure, brother.
Okay, okay.
Now, the next part is important. Let us suppose, now talking about the current government. We say the current government interest rates increase, or the current government is taking the interest rates more than 5.35. Now what will happen? Can you people tell me? Now to do the FRA, it will be beneficial for us or not? Please tell me.
No.
No, because now the market is more preferable you. Market is paying you 5.35 and the FRA is giving you 5.05. So if you people, I will be telling you people like actual interest rates, here I will be saying better choice. I am saying it is going below 5.05. So what we to do? The better choice will be FRA. We should select the FRA because it is giving us the minimum 5.05. If it is around 5.05, then what will happen, guys? You should be indifferent whether you are going through the market or whether you are going through the FRA, that does not matter. If it is going above 5.05, then what should be done? Then what should be done, guys? We should no hedge. We should prefer the market. Okay? And from where this figure was coming, can you people now tell me 5.31? You know, what was the future rate coming? 5.71. And if, for example, we minus from there the spread, what is the actual interest? How much? It was 5.71 or 5.70, guys. Futures were giving you how much?
5.71.
5.7.
1.
So how much is the difference?
0.31.
5 point.
31.
5.31.
This was that. Mean Director B, he was saying 5.31 the maximum. But remember, if interest rates will be going upwards, then it is beneficial for you. If it is staying the same, then it is not giving any benefit to you, because then the derivatives and whatever the actual rate is there in the market, they will be producing the same results. So I will be sharing with you people this one. You see this one, all explanations I have given because it was a very tricky paragraph. Now, if we talk about the options, very easy. Options were giving you people how much return, guys? 4.6. But remember, options are only favorable for you if the interest rates in the market, they are going above or below, guys. If the interest rates in the market, they are going above or below, then the option will be favorable. Please tell me. In the market, the interest rates are going below. Like market is giving you 4%, market is giving you 4.3, you will exercise and you will be receiving a return of 4.60. But remember, on the options, they are expensive. On these options, we have to pay huge premiums. So this was all about your first question.